we can very quickly take a look at something that happened that I unfortunately wasn't live for yet, but we have a Master Duel ban list that is coming up. It is not going to be in effect for today's Challenger Cup, I believe, because it is going to be next week that it's going to be implemented. But it's something that I'm looking forward to. So let's get the odd one out of here. Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom from 1 to 3. I have a very hard time evaluating if this matters because I have never seen someone use this card for good. I've only seen people use this card for like FTKs and copying stupid effects to FTK each other at the same time. I haven't seen anyone do that in a long time. So maybe maybe it just doesn't matter. Hopefully it doesn't matter. Probably it doesn't matter. So it's kind of whatever. But yeah, I think this is the least relevant hit out of these. The second least, or the middle one is Christia, which I wholeheartedly agree with this. At the same time, I have a question. What exactly caused this? What was the deck that was doing this right now? It was Gem Knights, right? Gem Knights probably had a way to search this, right? Yeah. Have you not seen Gem Knights using it? Here's the thing. I was very, very focused on the TCG in recent weeks because of YCS Bologna. So literally the only Master Duel I've played is the one that I streamed. So if you've been watching the streams in the last couple of weeks, that's exactly the experience that I've been having. And I don't think I've faced a Gem Knight with Christia, which is why I was a little confused by this. But like, I'm not unhappy about it at all. It definitely deserves to get banned. And I mean, look, this is just another entry in a list of cards that just don't need to be legal for anyone to enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh. So even if only one person in the world was doing this, it doesn't matter because no one enjoyed going up against it. So I'm happy that they hit this one. Once again, just another example of a card that should probably have been banned a long time ago, and honestly they should start doing this stuff more preemptive. Yeah, the current TCG is the perfect example of this, where they did ban Pachi, and then in order for people not to just search the barrier statue, instead they preemptively banned the rock barrier statue, and then they also preemptively banned the pyro fire barrier statue because Banshee could search it, and then people are still searching the water barrier statue. So we need to get more preemptive hits, and so I mean Christia should have probably been hit a long time ago. But yeah, and this is the big one, and this is the one I mainly want to talk about right now, which is Maliss Q Red Ransom has been banned. And I want to lead off with by saying that this is more than I was hoping for. But I am very pleasantly surprised by that. I'm not sure if the deck is actually dead. I'll say it. I think Maliss is so powerful that there is a chance that this deck will survive this. Hopefully it's not as good anymore, but and this is something that I've been saying forever when it comes to Maliss. Basically, every time we've talked about any sort of ban list or whatever, I always said it's impossible to hit Maliss properly without eventually banning a card. It just doesn't work, because for all of the main deck pieces, if you keep limiting them, there is replacements. There are so many replacements for Cyber Slop in the main deck to make up for the consistency losses that limiting more and more of their starters would have never been enough. You know, they don't even play friggin' what's it called, Signet Mining, even though that's basically a Rhoda for the deck, a Rhoda with a discard, but like they still for the most part didn't play it. Some of them do now, but like even then usually not at 3 copies, right? And then there's other ways, you know, people like for powerful 1-card combos, we've seen people play cards like Small World in the past, and they could in Maliss if they want to access like Dormouse super badly. So and then there's others, like because Cyber's Wicked exists, you can just do any Cyber Slop combo, like Mathmech Circular, summon Wicked, search whatever, and then you there you go, right? I meet you. There's 1,000 ways to get to the Malice combo, right? So limiting main deck stuff just does not cut it. What you have to do is eventually ban Cyber Slop extra deck stuff. There is simply no way around it. I'm sorry, Malice Duelists, but that is the truth. And I think you can understand where I'm coming from here. Like, there's simply no way to really hurt this deck in an impactful way without banning extra deck cards. And it has to be a ban because guess what? All of the extra deck cards are one-ofs. They're all one-ofs. There's no way around it. Like, there's no other realistic hit for this deck than to ban an extra deck monster. This is why I liked... that's why I liked it so much when the TCG got rid of Splash Mage and Link Decoder and stuff like that. Those are all bans that I'm going to be celebrating for years to come because of how good they were. And now Master Duel is getting Malice Red Ransom as a ban, which isn't White Binder, which is what I would have done. But I guess I'll give you that. Malice Red Ransom is the one that you should ban if you kind of want the deck to maybe have a chance to survive, which is something I don't care about. I would have hit the binder immediately. I don't care. I would have hit binder before they released it. But because White Binder survives here, I guess is the good news for the Malice Duelists. Because White Binder survives, there is a chance that Malice also survives as a deck. They still have some of the tools that they have that they don't have anymore in the TCG. Like there's still Link Decoder Splash Mage, so you can still do Link climbing, and you still have White. And honestly, if the deck combos, and this is something that I believe 100% to be true, if this deck resolves the full combo even after the Red Ransom ban, I still believe it's going to win basically every time. Because if you set up the Malice trap cards, the Cryptor, the White Binder to get the traps in rotation and to get the graveyard banishes, and then you end up with the Allied Code Talker on the board at the end, I still think that is going to be enough to win all of your games when you go first. The end board, for the most part, yes, is still the same. I think where this matters, I guess, is when you have to play through hand traps, I suppose, right? Like if you get interrupted on certain things, maybe now it's not going to be as easy anymore. Also, most importantly, Malice Red Ransom was a very easy way to search an extender. So you would search the field spell to your hand, and then you have the field spell in your hand. So even if you get Nibiru later or whatever, well, don't care. Activate field spell and keep cooking, right? This is something that you don't have available to you anymore, which is good. Because all the things I'm saying basically lead to, I don't think the deck is completely dead, but it is going to be significantly weaker into interaction, hopefully. Going to be weaker into Fuwalos because you can't just go like Red Ransom, search Malice in the Mirror, and so on and so forth. Like, we'll see how it goes. I kind of know what I'm talking about because I've played against Malice so much, but I haven't really tried to make Malice work in quite some time. So I don't know like how bad it is if you just can't go through Red Ransom in some of your lines, but I can still imagine it being quite scary to go up against because it still has White Binder. But like, yeah. It's an interesting list overall. It's kind of small, which is, yeah, you know, like, besides the obvious, oh, they left Maxi alive, which you could technically say every single time they drop a Master Duel ban list. I think Mitsurugi / Mitsurugi Ryziel / Mitsurugi Fiendsmith should have been addressed maybe a little bit more. But I guess because Malice was my biggest problem with the format, I'm fine with it. So yeah, it's not perfect, but honestly, for a list that only addresses 3 cards, it's a pretty good one.